one is the anterior frontal crest, ends up with the foramen cecum. So this part here is still part of the frontal bone. Orbital plate, meaning the roof of the orbit formed by the frontal bone, the orbital plate of the frontal bone. This one is the crista galli protrusion. And this one is the floor crepiform plate. Lesser wing of the sphenoid ends up with anterior clinoid process. Supposedly na yung posterior clinoid process there. So on sphenoid bone, lesser wing, there's an opening there. So that's the opening. Optic canal. For optic nerve and ophthalmic artery. So part of petrous port, this one is the diaphragmatic cilia, no? The cilia turcica. But at the center, you have your hypophyseal fossa. Okay? Diaphragmatic cilia. Okay? Posterior and superior. No? Groove for optic nerve. When you talk about optic nerve, it will be, you have chiasm under, they will meet. Okay? Greater wing structures. So you have the openings, no? ROS, rotundum, ovale, spinosum, lacerum. Okay? Rotundum, ovale, ros, L. Then, okay. The side you have here the groove for meningeal vessels. Okay? This one is petrous part of the temporal bone. You have here the tegmen tympani, no? Tegmen tympani. Thin sheet, kay that is the roof of the middle ear. Middle ear ba? If you have otitis media, it will erode this bone, causing abscess also in the brain. Kung very chronic na, abscess ba, infection. Ba, kung naka-infection sa middle, it's called otitis
Media.
Tegmen tympani. This one is the arcuate eminence. Inside, you have the semicircular canal. Inside. This one is the internal auditory hiatus or canal. You have here the external man. External. So you have the internal. Flavus. Then foramen magnum. Inside the foramen magnum, you have the hypoglossal canal for the hypoglossal nerve. Okay? Then this one is the occipital condyle. Outside and external. Okay? Okay, so this one are the grooves for the sinuses. Groove for sigmoid sinus going down, but it goes up and transverse sinus. Okay? Then goes up sagittal. So it continues into a superior sagittal sinus. Veins. When pag sinus, veins, ha? Internal occipital protuberance, external occipital outside. Also the veins here, the sinuses will confluence but will get together. So that part here is called the confluence of sinuses. Confluence of sinuses. Okay? Okay? Else. The thyrion, that's why it's already cut. Yeah, it's the thyrion, katong small part of the bone, thin bone na easily fractured, the thyrion. That one. The point where the frontal bone, the temporal bone will meet, very thin, is called the thyrion. Okay? Underneath, you have the meningeal vessels. That's why if it is fractured, ma-depress, it will tear. And it will, or the veins will bleed. Small openings na groove for Paconian bodies. Namay na Paconian. Okay? Bregma. Okay? What else? Part of the frontal bone. Okay na itong cervical, thoracic, kanina lang, is this po? Sacrum. fuse into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 naman. Okay? Anterior, convex, concave. Okay? That one is the promontory. That would be colored to the promontory. Wing-like, expanding from the first to the ala. Okay? Anterior sacral foramina. Transverse ridges. To the side, hair-like, articular surface, articulate with the ilium, auricular surface. Then sacral tuberosity, posterior to the tuberosity. Okay? Spinous process, the medial sacral crest. Okay? This one is anteus sacral hiatus. Okay? Posterior sacral foramen. Perfect naman, mo man ang lawas nila. So cervical one, typical wide body. Okay? Superior ni siya, inferior kay kidney bean shape. Kani siyang part will articulate in the occipital condyles. So anterior ni siya, posterior dito. So this one is the anterior tubercle. This one is the facet for the dens. So ana din ang dens. That's why there's a facet. May smooth area kung kulura na, facet for the dens. C1, C2 is the axis. So ang axis, you have already the odontoid process or the dens. Articulate na na. Circular, articulate. C2. Okay? Typical, cervical, bifid, spinous process, lamina, pedicule, transverse foramina, body, small, typical, either C3, C4, C5, C6. Another atypical, C7 or vertebral prominence. Atypical siya because he has a long spinous process, dili pa bifid. But still, mura dyan na siya body, na siya transverse foramen, lamina, pedicule, long lang. So that's why vertebra prominence. Thoracic, okay? Nauna, mura po siya C7, pero wala naman siya transverse foramen. So, thoracic, and he has a demi-facet for the ribs. See now. Ako siya articular surface. Spinous process, more or less going down, until 2 point downwards. The more upper part, the more pa transverse. No? Pero going down na, so thoracic. When you go to lumbar, big body na, there's no more facet for the ribs. Huh? Hasta the transverse process, no more facet. Yung spinous process, big, quadrangular, heart shape and shape, big ang body compared sa mga